Green Hill is Greensboro's oldest actively used cemetery. Established around 1877, many were buried here before that date. And many of the gravestones here have fallen into disrepair due to neglect and due to environmental factors. But a group that calls themselves the Billies is doing something about it.
So this is little Hazel. She's been gone for over 100 years now.
Hazel is one of thousands who found their final resting place at Green Hill.
Her stone is called a cradle grave. It's meant to be like a garden box.
Loving family likely tended her grave for years, but time took a toll.
When we first started working on her stone, it was almost completely submerged.
Each step over the historic lawns and paths reveals another life lived and lost. And you don't have to look hard to find signs of age and neglect on the once shining memorials.
As a neighbor who walks in here a lot, I started walking around and looking around and going, God, all these gravestones are starting to fall over and look really, really bad.
Crumbling stones, names fading from markers, Mother Nature overtaking family shrines. It nagged David Kraft.
So I started doing some research, went to one class in Statesville at a historic cemetery.
And he found others with a passion for preservation.
I met Sherry at the class, and she comes and now helps us volunteer. And our neighbor over in Dunley, Jeff, comes, and Janice, who I know from the Farmers Curb Market, comes, and Mallory, who I met on the tour that I give here, wanted to know more, so now she comes.
They got permission from the city to do some basic repairs in the cemetery, straightening up as he calls it, raising sunken stones, leveling them and stabilizing them so that they may still be standing hundreds of years from now.
The moisture has definitely soaked into any marble or stone, and so we want to expose it, leave it exposed, let it dry out, and then move it. Do not move it immediately and risk cracking or any further damage, because these guys are they're stone, but they're still relatively sensitive. It's been a while, so she's nice and dry, and we are going to take out her base.
Maybe just up just a hair, and then we'll let it sit back. Yeah, all right.
Unfortunately, we can't reattach her to her base yet, the stone, but we will at least put some gravel and stuff underneath to just kind of keep her level, hopefully keep runoff from going back over the stone. Put more rock over here, you think? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it might be a good idea. And have it nice and clean and pretty for more generations to know who Hattie was.
Names in stone, thousands of them.
I know of a lot of the people in the cemetery. I know a lot of the names. We look things up, and I go, well, I bet that's so-and-so's, great-grandparents. The names like the Sapps and the Cartlands and, people that were friends with my parents, their relations are in here.
This work is personal for the Billies, as they call themselves, and not just because of the people who lie here.
Billies refers to my dad, Bill Kraft, who kind of started all the work in here 25 years ago, planting the trees that has become this arboretum. As I got older, I wanted to keep some of his things going and also kind of do my own thing, but I wanted to make a point of getting other people involved, because if I get 5 people involved, we can do 5 times as much, which makes me feel really good.
Fresh gravel and sparkling marble are signs of the Billies' work inside these historic gates. They catalog their works in an online database, findagrave.com.
We come back and we'll attach a picture and some commentary about what we did, and we're hoping to start hearing from family members maybe at some point.
Each Billy knows the importance of family. It's why they ignore the sweat and soreness that comes with the work.
She's the only one, I think, of her family that's here that I could find. So I just felt a little sentimental, wanted to make sure she had some love over here.
What might Hazel's family think to see the love with which her grave has been cared for by these strangers turned friends, volunteers, conservators, historians, Billies?
When we first started working on her stone, it was almost completely submerged, all the cradle grave features. So we kind of brought them up. They're in pieces, but they're all there. And We've planted some lilies that will not bloom until about August, so come back and see that.
The Billies are always looking for more caring volunteers to join the group. You can find them online. Go to the Friends of Green Hill Cemetery webpage. You can also find them on Facebook at Greater Greensboro Cemeteries and on Instagram at Green Hill Billies.